Hey there, what's up? My name is Sahajveer Singh and I'm a CSS supervisor with the UPD, and I'm the supervisor in charge for the training for the Corcoran Art Gallery. So if you're watching this video, that means either you're a new CSA or you were supposed to start working Corcoran. So either ways, congratulations, and this is going to be a quick video on the rules and procedures about the Corcoran Art Gallery, because that, as you must have figured by now, is a special post. So I'll run you through the basic procedures which we follow for Corcoran, and these are not your regular, residence hall procedures. So please pay attention, and later on after this video, if you have any questions or regarding the procedures or any doubts regarding clocking in, please feel free to contact me. I'll help you out with this. So let's go on. First of all, Corcoran, as you know, was purchased by GWU a couple of months back, which means now we are responsible for the security of the building as well. And that translates to you working there as well. That means, okay, Corcoran now has two entrances. One is on New York Avenue and the other one is on the E Street. The one on E Street is covered by the Uniform Division, which means you don't have to worry about it. The Uniform Division is going to take care of it. And then there's the New York Avenue entrance. Your job is to cover the post at the New York Avenue entrance. So, now, what does the post look like? This post is not like other posts in the sense that you do not have a tap-in machine. You are yourself supposed to check each and every ID which people show, and that's it could get a little tedious, but most of the times there's not a lot of traffic in the building, so it's usually roughly about 30, 35, or 40 people you see in like 4 hours, which is not bad at all. Now, there are three types of IDs which allow a person to get into the art gallery. Number one is the G World. So people with G World means GW students, staff, and faculty members cannot be denied entrance to this building, so you allow them to go inside. Number two, the Corcoran Art Gallery people. So there's still people who have Corcoran Art Gallery ID cards. You also let them in, and which means they also have access. And third category of IDs which allows for you to enter the art gallery is the National Gallery of Art people, which means the National Gallery of Art is it's a federal organization, and they're in charge of a lot of art galleries across America, so you allow them access as well. This translates to one thing, that it's not just G Worlds which people can show you. There are going to be three types of IDs, so keep your eyes peeled for three different sorts of IDs, and these are the only IDs. These are the only sorts of IDs which can grant people access in Corcoran. Which means if they don't have any, like either of these three IDs, you do not let them in through New York Avenue. You redirect them to the E Street entrance, and the Uniform Division would take care about that from there. So basically, there are going to be three IDs, and I told you about those. One. So all the others are supposed to be redirected to the E Street entrance. Now, when I say all the others, there could be people who just show you their driver's license and like, okay, we're tourists and we want to see the museum and all that stuff. So if you really think they're tourists, just tell them that the museum is closed till like at least spring 15, so they're not going to get access to the building either way. Even if they go to E Street, you can just tell them that they need to come back later. So that's about the IDs. Now, let's get down to the procedures of taking breaks. So there are two ways of requesting for breaks at the Corcoran Gallery. One is when you are at your post, you'll have a radio. You can use the radio to immediately contact the Corcoran security office and tell them that you need to take your 10 minutes break, and that's how someone would come and replace you, and you can go for 10 minutes and you can be back. And there are special instructions for radios which would follow later. I'll send out a document or something which tells you how to use the radio, so don't worry about it right now. I'm just going to run you through the basic procedures in this video. So Now, in case the radio is not working, there's something wrong with the radio, or the UPD is not responsive, or something. In that case, you contact the Corcoran security office using your cell phone. And the number for that is 202 639 1793. I repeat, the number for that is 202 639 1793. So in case they do not respond to the radio, you always can call them at this number, and hopefully they will have someone whom they can spare for your 10 minutes break, and you can just leave the post once there is someone to replace you at your desk. Now, this reminds me, please never ever leave your post uncovered unless there is some other authority covering your post, which means either the supervisor should be there covering your post for you, or someone from the uniform division should be there. Now, when I say supervisor, CSA supervisors are not usually supposed to cover your posts. They will only cover your posts when they're down for post checks, which means they're doing rounds and they come to you and you want to take a break. That's the only time a CSA supervisor would relieve you for a break. When the supervisors are not on rounds, you're just supposed to call the Corcoran office and they are going to send someone from the uniform division to replace you for 10 minutes. Now, there are a couple of more special instructions we have for this post, and one thing which tops all the other things is the fact that you are not supposed to switch on your laptop on this post. Yes, you cannot switch on your laptop. That might sound a little too extreme, but because we had certain cases where the Corcoran people, like the people who are not still GW and were at our Corcoran employees and students, they reported one of our CSAs working the shift because that person had Facebook on and also was probably playing some games. After that incident, we have absolutely banned the use of laptops in Corcoran, which means if you have a laptop, just keep it in your bag. Do not take it out, because if the supervisors find out you had a laptop on your post at Corcoran, you're going to get a strike, and you do not want that. Secondly, no music. No music whatsoever. Not even headphones, of course not. So you cannot even play loud music or any sort of music on your phone or laptop. Laptop you're not supposed to take out a laptop, but on your phone or any other device. Now, this means that you can only and solely read, or maximum you can use your phone to whatever. If you're really getting bored or you really need to attend to something important, you can look at your phone for about 2 to 5 minutes. That means you can check your Facebook or whatever, send out mails, and that's that. That's permissible, but no music, no videos, and no laptop should be out. So if you have any confusion regarding this, feel free to approach me. I can run you through this. Don't worry about it. And now, okay, so that's with the post. Now I'll get to the equipment which you need for Corcoran. As you must have noticed, I mentioned a radio like 5 minutes back, that you're going to be using a radio. So yes, there's going to be a radio at a post, and you will be told how to use a radio. What I mean, you whatever. So I'll send out instructions about the radio itself, and then radio is equipment number one. Equipment two is the Corcoran access card. It's not your G World. It's not any other card. It's a Corcoran access card, which is signed out with the radio from the UPD supervisor's office here at Foggy Bottom during the first shift. So this means the CSA who works the first morning shift is supposed to sign out the Corcoran card and the radio from the UPD supervisor's office in B148. And all the people who have shifts after the first shift are just supposed to use it, but the person who's doing the last shift till the last shift from 1500 hours to 1900 hours is supposed to return these two things to the UPD supervisor's office here in Foggy Bottom B148. Alright, so that's the deal with the equipment. And the card, the purpose of the Corcoran card is that when you see your post, there's going to be a door right behind your post, which is like which has restricted access. And sometimes some of our GW students still do not have access to the building. So if you see someone with a G World who's walked in and wants to get into one of the doors which requires the tap access of the Corcoran card, you'll have to tap them in, which means you'll have to pick up your card, go back to the door and tap this person in so that they can go about their business. So that's the primary purpose of the Corcoran card. The radio, as I told you, is mainly to be used for breaks. You could also use it for emergencies. For example, if someone is trying to break in, you can just switch it on and be like, okay, there's an emergency here. Someone is trying to break in through the front door. I need assistance, and there sure would be someone there to help you. And there's another uh, there's another procedure which we follow here, is that we don't sign in people, because all the visitors, even if they're with people who have the right type of IDs, are redirected to the E Street entrance, which is where the uniform division, which is the post which uniform division covers. So if there's any visitor, or if there is any guest of a person who has the right type of ID, whatever, any person without the three types of IDs are supposed to be redirected to the E Street entrance, where they can talk to the UPD uniform division people, and they can, sort it out if they're allowed access to the building or not. So that's primarily what you're supposed to know for the Corcoran Art Gallery post. But there's just another thing which I'd like to tell you, is that please keep smiling, because be pleasant with the people with whom you interact, because GW recently purchased a building, and there were certain factions within the art gallery and other students and staff who were not very happy with GW's purchase of the building. So, and they keep constantly looking for faults and cracks in the way GW is managing the building. So try to put up a good front from the police department's front, from GW's front. So in a sense, you're representing GW there to a lot of people. So please be pleasant, please be professional, and make sure you don't give anyone any reason to point fingers at either GW, the police department, or the CSA program. So that's mainly it. And there's just one last thing which I'd like to tell you. There's a third thing which is going to be present as kind of your equipment, and that's going to be like a bunch of keys. Yes, we'll have a ring of keys which you're going to use to open up two rooms in the building. So right to the left of your post and to the right of your post, there are two doors. And sometimes people with the right type of IDs, if they want to go into either one of the doors and the doors are locked, you'll have to unlock those two doors and let the required people in. So basically that that sums up to like three things, which means you'll have a radio, you'll have a Corcoran access card, and then you'll have these keys which would open doors, open these two doors on your left, and on the left and the right side of your post. So that's mainly it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and detailed instructions about how to clock in and how to use the radio would follow in a Word document, which I would send out as a mass email sometime soon. But anything other than that, if you have any question, any doubt, please feel free to email me or call me, whatever you deem fit, because I'm the CSA supervisor in charge for training for Corcoran Art Gallery. So please let me know if you have any concerns, and I'll be very happy to address those. Thank you so much, and hope you have a great day, guys.